Did have that delay to start off the day, but this afternoon the sun broke out through the cloud cover. It was a very windy afternoon, and we still are dealing with some very gusty conditions. But earlier today, if you were up early this morning, even before sunrise, likely saw that rainfall. We had a few thunderstorms out there, but what was really unique is that we actually had what's called a wake low event happen behind that precipitation early this morning, and it produced some very strong wind gusts between 40 to even up to 53 miles per hour is our top wind gust that was reported in Barnwell. And that's where we actually did have a number of trees come down around downtown Barnwell, even up towards Blackville in the northern end of the county. Couple of trees down in Aiken County, also Burke County near Sardis, and had a fairly strong wind gust really every single county in the area earlier this morning and for this afternoon. The reason why we're still pretty breezy out there is that we haven't got this front all the way through the region just yet. You can still see it is kicking up some shower activity between Atlanta and Macon that's trying to swing our way. So if you are stepping out this evening, not expecting a ton of rain from this, but I just don't want you to be surprised if maybe you see a raindrop or two. So just a low chance. Maybe you see a quick shower as this reinforcing front does pass through the region tonight. But behind this, we're going to see sunny skies Friday all the way through the weekend. Take a look at this. We are still seeing gusts between 30 to 35 miles an hour in Thompson, Augusta, Aiken, up towards Washington. They're close to 30 gusting, and stretches all the way to Atlanta and Macon. So just a very large wind field with this system passing through the southeast, which is why we do have a wind advisory. That stays in effect at least for the next hour or so. It's expected to expire at 8 p.m. That would just be replaced by a lake wind advisory heading into tomorrow. So we're still expecting fairly breezy conditions through a lot of our Friday afternoon. Here's a look at it. So tomorrow morning, wind may not necessarily be super noticeable, especially if you're going to be on the course around some pine trees, just kind of blocking that wind. May not necessarily be a huge factor for the first part of the day, but as we get later into the afternoon, that's when the wind really starts to pick up again. That sun comes out, starts warming up the ground. That's when we see a lot of mixing going on, and that's when the winds crank up. So I would imagine by lunchtime into the afternoon, later tea times tomorrow will definitely be impacted by the wind again, with those gusts potentially up to around 35 at times. Once we get into the weekend, less of a factor wind-wise. We'll see gusts generally 20 or less across the region Saturday afternoon, and even less wind by Sunday. So a really nice weekend on tap for us here around the region. Looking at our day planner tomorrow and Saturday, a little bit cooler, I should say, not cool, but a little bit cooler Friday morning. We'll wake up in the mid 50s. This morning we were in the mid 60s, so just a little bit different feel out there, especially with drier air. It's not going to be quite as humid and sticky as what it was throughout today, so just feel a little bit different. May not be a bad idea to have a light jacket with you. A good windbreaker, probably the best apparel you could take out there tomorrow. So just very windy afternoon. High temperatures will be running about 5-8 degrees below average for this time of year, with highs only near 70 for Friday. Once we get into the weekend, even cooler start in the morning. Temps will actually be in the 40s around sunrise Saturday morning, but not going to take long whatsoever to warm up. Looking at a beautiful Saturday with high temperatures hitting the mid 70s. And then for that final round Sunday is going to be the warmest day. We'll most likely see temperatures top out near 84 degrees. Lots of sunshine through the weekend, so really nice weather in store once we get done with the wind on Friday. Another thing to mention is that if you're visiting us from out of town, especially if you're coming from a more northern climate, be mindful that our sun angle is a little bit more intense this time of year than what you may be used to. So make sure you're protecting yourself from the sun. UV index is going to be running in that very high range Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So just take those proper precautions. Try to find some shade on the course if you're going to be out and about. And then if you're staying here around the CSRA, remember the lake is not going to be a great place to be tomorrow. We do have a lake wind advisory in effect through Friday up to 8 p.m. So very choppy up at the lake Friday and could be dangerous for small crafts. Into Saturday, a little bit breezy in the afternoon, 10 to 15, but definitely a big improvement. Should see a nicer weekend to get on the lake Saturday and Sunday. Now, our full 7-day forecast shows some of the warmest temperatures we have seen all year long. Not too unusual. We're getting later into the year, so obviously temperatures are going to be warming up, but above average, mid-80s Monday through next Wednesday, and then by next Thursday, we could be flirting with our first 90-degree day of the year, believe it or not. So definitely seeing those temperatures warm right back up after this brief little cool down over the next 24 hours. Hope you stayed safe out there in the wind today. We'll have another update coming up on 26 News.